Hey everybody, this is Lorelia, and today I am doing a webinar on how to get started selling on eBay and Amazon. If you have no products, no inventory, or any selling experience. And so if you're watching this video, you're either someone who has purchased something on eBay or Amazon and may be interested in being a seller yourself, or you may be someone who may have been searching online, stumbled across something and said, hey, I would like to get started on eBay, but not too sure how to do it. And so you need a little guidance on what to do. Well, let me share something with you. I have been a buyer using both platforms for a very long time, and I always wanted to sell on these platforms but really didn't know how to get started. I mean, I knew I wasn't somebody who wanted to buy a lot of inventory. I didn't really want to deal with going back and forth to the post office. But one thing that I came across was that back in 2013 I had a iPhone 4, and for some reason it stopped working. I don't know, it cracked or it got water in it, whatever the case was. Something told me, you know what, go on eBay and see how much iPhones are selling. And I couldn't believe that broken iPhones were selling for at least $100 or $200. So I said, and they were cracked. So I said, okay, what if I took my actual cell phone that is in good condition, but has one little hairline crack in the back, and it doesn't work, and I put all that on my listing on eBay and see what happens. Well, lo and behold, I did it. I didn't have any type of assistance, didn't watch any video, just kind of went through the steps on eBay, and I first got a, should I say, a taste of what it's like to sell on eBay. And could you believe that that phone actually went for, I think, a little over $200? That's right, someone actually bought my broken iPhone for over $200. And I'll be honest with you, only thing I had to do was ship the product to the person. And by no means did I misidentify what was wrong with the phone. I was very honest, because eBay is very strict on you letting people know the item description. So I did let them know the condition of the phone, and what do you know, someone was interested in buying it. And so I said I would like to do this more often, but once again I was faced with, didn't really have too much things around the house that I could sell. And so I said, you know what, let me do some research. And little did I know, I came across a program on how I could be an eBay seller, and utilizing Amazon to help me provide the products on eBay as being a drop shipper. And that was the first time I actually heard of the term drop shipping. And so that is what this webinar is going to be about: how to get started selling on eBay and Amazon using no products, no inventory, or selling experience, but you are a drop shipper. So let me continue to the next slide. This is a quote that I actually found online. It says, the biggest opportunity we have is winning the intersection between the physical and digital retail around the world. It was a quote by the president and CEO of Walmart. So what does that mean? It basically means, the way I understood that quote to mean, is that e-commerce is not going anywhere. I know if you're listening to this, you may be saying to yourself, well, you know what, I don't really buy too many things online, and I don't really buy anything on eBay. But little do you know, you'll be surprised, millions and billions of people are online shopping for things. So you have to ask yourself, what seat do you want to sit in? Do you want to be the consumer or the producer? And now I'm not going to go too much into that, because I'm going to share that further down the line with this webinar, but I want you to kind of think about that. So let me go to the next slide. Now, as I mentioned, E-commerce is not going anywhere. If you see the slide in front of you, it's some stats that I actually got online. It talks about consumer spending. Consumer spending, it says, accounts for 71% of the U.S. gross domestic product, which is the GDP. And the GDP is over 10 trillion. So that means 71% of $10 trillion people are buying. And so what does that mean? There are so many people and demographics who are online buying things on online platforms. And so you no longer have to think of your microcosm of the individuals you may associate yourself with. You may even be one, or you may know people who don't buy anything online. You now have the opportunity to tap into that $10 trillion and become someone who can provide products to the consumer, because consumers are online shopping. Now, what does that mean? I told you earlier that whose seat do you want to sit in? Do you want to be the consumer, or do you want to be the producer? And let me share this with you. Consumers are people. And once again, you may know if you are that person. Consumers is a person who you're always buying. You're always looking how to spend. When you get paid, you're saying, okay, what can I buy? You're someone who works hard for your money. And in return, you feel like, since I work hard, I should treat myself and buy something. The only source of income most consumers have is their earned income. That is actually money that they physically have to go out and work for. They have no sources of income to bring them money. And once again, like I said, all they think about is creating expenses. Consumers have the mind of, what can I buy? And so in the previous slide, when I told you that the GDP is made up of $10 trillion, and that 71% of that is based on people who are spending, don't believe the hype when the news is telling you that people do not have the money. People buying is an emotional thing. I don't care how financially in dire straits an individual may be, they are always going to find a reason on how they can purchase something. So now let's go over to the producer. The producer is someone who's selling to the consumer. I'm going to call it what it is. There's somebody who is selling. They sell to the consumer. There's someone who they are the type of person that they believe in working smart, and they don't believe in working hard. They understand, they know the stats, they know people are always online buying, and they want to be in the position to be able to sell to those people. Producers are always individuals who understand the different forms of income. They understand that they are in the position to create passive income. And they are always looking for ways on how they can increase their passive income, and they're not interested in working for hard-earned income. A producer is someone who likes to create an asset. They understand that if they create a business around how they can continue selling to the consumer, they know that they would never have to worry about money a day in their life. So what does this mean? What seat do you want to sit on? And that's why I'm sharing this webinar with you, because you too can sit in the producer seat. You too can be that person who's not always buying, but you are someone who is producing, and you don't even need to produce the product. You can actually sell the product that is made from other people and sell it to the consumer. How great is that? Now let me continue. In order to become a consumer, you have to have a different mindset. Producer. In order to become a producer, you have to have a different mindset than a consumer. Because a producer is in the mindset of creating and generating. and they love to capitalize on new technology, and as well as they like the information age. I don't care what you think about technology, it's not going anywhere. You either embrace it or you are going to struggle financially. And that's why I said e-commerce is going nowhere. More companies are looking into how they can increase what it is that they do online. How can they sell more? And so if you're interested in being a producer, you want to embrace new technology along with being part of the information age. Now let me go back to eBay and Amazon. Now what is eBay? eBay is a platform that started as an auction site. Pretty much it was individuals who had something to sell and people bidded on it. But now eBay has been around for over 15 years, probably even longer. And now eBay is not only just a auction site, but it's also a site where people can just buy. They now compete with all other retail suppliers online. So now it's not just an auction site. It is now a site where people can just buy products, just as is outright. Now what is Amazon? Amazon is like an online marketplace. You pretty much can get anything and everything on Amazon. Amazon started as a site just selling books, but it now has become a behemoth that it sells everything. Everything from books to appliances to clothes to baby supplies. I mean, you name it, they sell it. And so the two of them together can create a great business for you. And that is what I'm going to share with you in a minute. Now, I want to share with you now in this slide how you're going to sell on eBay. How are you going to do it if you have no inventory, if you're not going to the post office, and if you have no selling experience? Well, let me share this with you. Currently, right now, this business is one of many online businesses that I run, and I just recently got started. But like I said, when I notice a good thing, I take heed of it and I embrace it because I'm interested in being a producer, not a consumer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you to my eBay back office. I'm just going to move this over some. Now, these are some items that I actually sold. I sold a Black & Decker juice extractor. I sold some electric curlers. And I sold a Cuddlebug embossing folder machine. Now, you may be asking, okay, Lorelia, do you use these things? No, I do not. I don't use any of these things that you actually see on here. But I decided to just go online and just sell them. Now, I don't want to go into with this webinar what made me decide to sell these. Did I do any research? Let me just tell you, I did not do any thorough research on selling these items. These were just items that I may have been interested in myself, that I may do own or know other people who own it. And I said, you know what, then there's other people who are online who sell it. Now, like I said, this is my eBay back office. This is what I sold. As you see right here, I sold these items. I actually sold them. Now I'm going to take you to Amazon. And let me just move this over some. Now, if you see this Black & Decker juicer, I actually sold it. I actually purchased it for $30.23. And then I sold it on eBay for $42.99. There you go. Let me go down further. There are those silk ceramic heat curlers. I bought it for $32.09. Sold it on eBay for $39.99. Here is this embossing machine. Purchased it for $52.72. Sold it for $59.99. Now, as you can see, the whole bunch of other items that I sold. And like I said, I'm just getting started. And in total sales, I made $544.94. And as I mentioned, I do not house these products in my house. Now, I told you in the early part of this webinar that I do something that is called drop shipping. And what drop shipping means is that I have the ability to sell items and directly have them mailed to the consumer, meaning I don't take possession of them. I buy them from the supplier, I put my order in, and then I resell it to the consumer who's looking to buy. And that is what Amazon is. Amazon is a fulfillment center, and that is what I use it for. Amazon fulfills any products that I need to order, because suppliers know that they don't really want to deal with doing the online fulfillment. So Amazon is like the go-to person. All these suppliers, Black & Decker, Remington, Cricut, Layla Ali, they all go to Amazon to have them to do their fulfillment. So what that means is, since I'm a producer, that is who I use. I say, okay, I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to have them fulfill my orders, because I know that these suppliers use the Amazon fulfillment centers as well. And so that is what I do. So now, so far, you may be wondering, well, how do you get started? And like I said, I don't really want to go into it thoroughly in this video, but this is what I want to share with you. If this is something that you're interested in, like I said, I don't want to make this webinar too long, but keep in mind, it is not too difficult. It just takes some time for you to just post some things on eBay. You know, if you have a teenage or young child who understands computers, you may can have them to help you. But how hard is it to get started? It's really not that difficult. If you want to learn more about how you can also do this, how you can actually sell things on eBay, use the platform of Amazon, and be able to resell to the general public, I want you to go to www.easycopyandpaste.com. www.easycopyandpaste.com. There, what I'm going to show you is another video on a person that I'm learning from. I'm learning from a eBay power seller. And remember when I told you when I got bit by the bug and I sold my first item on eBay for $200 something, a broken iPhone, I said, you know what, I want to get some guidance and some understanding on how I could do this for myself. And that's who I came across. I came across a system as well as a knowledge base that provides me with all the training on how I can enhance what it is that I do with my eBay business. And so if you're interested in getting some of these training modules, how to get started, how to post your items, how to get traffic to your items, how to sell them the proper way without pissing eBay off, without having any problems with your PayPal account, because that is how you would receive your profits, then this is a course that you may be considering wanting to take on yourself. So I'll be sharing that with you in an email, and so you would have to go to www.easycopyandpaste to learn more about it. Once again, this is Lorelia, and I hope this video has been helpful. Now, once again, I need you to go to www.easycopyandpaste.com. There you will learn, you will get another video to show you how to get started. Once again, this is Lorelia. I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Bye bye.